And I honestly cannot believe how many people are still in denial. Let's see exactly what's going on. Someone did mention medications coming in at it. Even with tomatoes, this is not usual. I mean, I know we be low over here in my parts of New Jersey, but hey family, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we'll be going through our news, comments, and reports because what? Today is Saturday, so happy Saturday, family. Hopefully you all had an amazing week. We're gonna jump right into today's video. So this is Shauna, and I'm officially checking in over here at Moments with Us. You guys check in, let us know where you're watching from and how you are doing. So did you guys hear about the major Boar's Head recall? It's going to take some serious suing to get this under control. So over 7 million pounds of lunch meat was recalled. Yes, you heard me correctly. How can 7 million pounds, right? Somebody have to be held accountable. So what's happening right now, we're going to go ahead and pull up this article. So a deadly food poisoning outbreak linked to a nationwide recall of 7 million pounds of Boar's Head deli meats. Wow. So as of early August, 43 people had gotten sick and 3 of them died. So this is so serious. A lot of people could, enjoy a great sub, And I know for a fact because I'm one of the people who actually buy Boar's Head, though it's kind of expensive. I'm one of those people, but I have not, bought Boar's Head in a while. So a lifelong lover of liverwurst, Sue Fleming is actually her and her husband is going for suing the company because she actually got sick after consuming Boar's Head. She was saying that she had a little Boar's Head sandwich every single week. She wound up in a hospital, 88-year-old lady of High Ridge, Missouri, wound up in the hospital, right? Let's see, for, I think it was like 11 days or something like that. Here we are. So she did fall sick of a deadly listeria food poisoning outbreak, which was linked to this recall. So the retired psychotherapist, she's actually a retired psychotherapist, y'all, an author said she spent 9 days in the hospital and 11 days in a rehabilitation center last month because of what doctors confirmed was a listeria infection. And she know for a fact it was linked to this because she consumed it every single week. So she's actually suing the Schnucks Market Inc., which sold the deli meat to her, and she's also suing Boar's Head. So yes, the document was filed July 26th in a Missouri court. How do y'all feel about that? Also, as of early August, 43 people had gotten sick and 3 of them actually died. 1 in New Jersey, which is my hometown, 1 in Illinois, and 1 in Virginia. They're saying we wanted no one else to be harmed. So Boar's Head also faces a class action lawsuit filed August 1st in federal court in New York. So Rita Perez of Queens County alleges that the company improperly and deceptively marketed its product, and that she would not have purchased it if the company had warned that it was contaminated with listeria. So there was still some meat on the shelves, and it didn't have that notice, recalled. Because typically it would have, when the item is recalled, when you're walking through the supermarkets, there will be a paper, taped to the freezer or wherever the item is, letting, the shoppers know, well, this item have been recalled, whether it's a class 1, class 2, or a class 3 type of recall. She's stating that this was not the case. So health officials in Maryland and New York detected listeria in unopened Boar's Head liverwurst product and later confirmed it was the same strain of bacteria that was making people sick. So the company issued an initial recall on July 25th and then expanded it on July 30th to include more than 70 products made at its plant in Jarrett, Virginia. So Fleming's illness underscores the potential severity of listeria infections in vulnerable people, particularly older people, those who are pregnant or who have weakened immune systems. So victims in the outbreak range in age from, 32 to 94, with the median age of 74, the U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention did say. So yeah, this thing here is definitely wiping people out and making people sick. So if you do hear of a recall, you know it's contaminated with listeria, just leave it alone at this point. So let us know if any of you actually fallen sick after consuming boar's head meat. Some people didn't know that it was a recall. Some people possibly have gotten sick after eating a sandwich with boar's head meat. You just never know. So let us know in the comments down below. Man, I'm telling y'all, nothing is safe. So I believe that it's going to be recall after recall after recall as time goes on. So jalapeno pepper recall as FDA set highest risk level. So Ohio-based RS Handline and Company Inc. has recalled several jalapeno, green bean, and green pepper products due to potential contamination with listeria, a bacteria that can cause food poisoning. So each of the 6 products has now been given a Class 1 risk classification by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. A Class 1 recall, the highest risk level, is issued when there is a reasonable probability that the use or exposure of this product could cause a serious adverse health consequence or even death. Wow, so back to the Freshshire Farms. Y'all, Freshshire Farms have been being recalled. So the Freshshire Farms jalapenos packaged in plastic bags at 8 ounces, 18 bags per case. Freshshire Farms green beans packaged in plastic bags at 1 pound, 14 bags per case. Freshshire Farms green peppers packaged in plastic bags containing 3 peppers, 16 bags per case. Jalapeno peppers packaged as 5-pound dice with 2 bags per case. Whole as 10-pound cartons, or whole as 5-pound cartons. Poblano package as 5-pound half slices with 2 bags per case, 5-pound fourth dice with 2 bags per case, 5-pound half dice with 2 bags per case. Green peppers package as whole 10-pound carton, whole 20-pound cartons, whole 5-pound cartons. So yeah, if you love you a nice spice to your slice, you might want to check that recall first, because who wants to be sick with food poisoning? You know, it's no joke, this listeria that's definitely being passed around, you know. And these recalls are not slowing. I'm just going to tell you guys that it is not slowing. So take it very serious and check those recalls before you go shopping. All you have to do is go to the FDA website to check the most recent and updated recalls. All right, so if you do live in Florida, so Florida's Department of Environmental Protection is concerned that the city of Milton could be discharging a fluid high in certain per and polyfluoroalkyl substances onto the ground near the Wellfield Protection District. So that's definitely watch out for that water contamination. So Florida City gets drinking water warning from state officials. Yes, Florida's Department of Environmental Protection officials have expressed concern about drinking water quality in Milton after the FDEP found that the city could introduce chemicals in the drinking water through an upcoming effluent discharge. So for those of you who do not know, there was supposed to be some major merge between Kroger and Albertsons some years ago. So they started this big plan to merge Albertsons and Kroger, I think back in 2022. And since then, it's been being block. And now it seems like it's more so of a for sure. It's a definite that merge would not be happening, but it's still a small possibility. So still watch out. So Kroger plans to lower prices by $1 billion after Albertsons merger closes. All right. So let's see. So supermarket chain Kroger plans to lower grocery prices by $1 billion after the completion of its proposed $25 billion merger with smaller rival Albertsons, a company spokesperson said. So Kroger had previously promised to lower grocery prices by $500 million at Albertsons locations. So the supermarket mega merger first announced in October 2022 that they was expected to create a grocery empire with more than 4,000 stores. But the deal has faced several antitrust laws over concerns that it would keep actually pushing up those grocery prices. So the proposed merger was halted last month pending a Colorado District Court ruling on a lawsuit filed to block the deal. So the trial is set to begin on September 30th. So that's something to definitely look out for. Let us know whether you shop at Kroger or Albertsons, if you see the price difference between the two stores, or if you are for the merger or against it. But they still want that merger. A lot of the customers, they're definitely like, no, we don't want them to merge because prices are going to go up. While the company is claiming it will actually bring prices down. Seems like we're running more into recalls than anything else, huh? So recall cucumbers linked to at least 449 illnesses have been pulled from stores. So if you're going through the stores and you notice, you know, cucumbers are looking light, this could be why. So the cucumbers may have been exposed to untreated canal water in South Florida. So there we go, Florida with the water. Watch out. So a true number of people sicking from the product is likely to be much higher. This is what the CDC is saying according to what's on screen. So at least 449 people were likely sickened by cucumbers tainted with salmonella bacteria. The U.S. Center for Disease and Prevention, here we go, said on Wednesday. So since June, the agency have been since June, the agency have been investigating an outbreak linked to cucumbers originating with producers in Florida. In its latest update, it said individuals in 31 states and the District of Columbia reported becoming ill after eating affected cucumbers, with 125 ending up hospitalized, though no deaths were reported. But yeah, more recalls. So where's the recall? So the true number of individuals is not released because they do not know. But I'm looking for the actual name, the producer. Selected Cucumbers, it says. Produce of the USA. So the agency still lists its investigation as active, but it's emphasized that there are no more affected products in stores. They're saying there's no likely ongoing risk to the public, but you can never be too sure. So being that they did not give the name in that one article of the company that did produce these cucumbers, we had to dig a little bit deeper. So basically, the FDA lab traced back data and infected cucumbers came from Bednar Growers Inc. of Boynton Beach, Florida, and Thomas Produce Company of Boca Raton, Florida. And they are likely sources of illnesses in this outbreak. However, these growers do not account for all the illnesses in this outbreak. So they don't have all of the companies, you know, as far as for the cucumber salmonella outbreak. Based on the traceback information collected, Thomas Produce Company supplied cucumbers to multiple points of service where ill people reported eating cucumbers as part of the investigation. So definitely is not really reliable as far as like, you know, what cucumbers to toss out. Just because all of the names are not listed here, we definitely have the Bednar Growers Inc. and the Thomas Produce Company. But they're saying that the harvesting season is over, so they're no longer growing cucumbers. So this would not be an ongoing thing that's happening. So definitely cucumbers. I guess take it back for a refund if it's available for a refund, or toss it out. Now, we all know prices is the problem when it comes to the shopping. So Walmart says prices are coming down, except in one key area. So Walmart said inflation was flat in its latest quarter, and revenue growth came from selling more items and drawing more visits to its stores and website rather than higher prices. Yet prices have remained high in some parts of the store, such as dry groceries and processed foods, which is something that a lot of people stock up on, and processed foods, because they store long on the shelves, right? So prices at consumer brands, including Walmart, have faced more scrutiny from both consumers and politicians. So prices of many groceries and other items have fallen at Walmart, according to the CEO, Mr. Doug McMillon. Yet the leader of the nation's largest retailer said Thursday that inflation has been more stubborn. This is what they're saying now. Besides its, flattening and lowering, it's been more stubborn. So in one particular part of the store, the aisles that carry dry groceries and processed foods, those include items like carbonated soft drinks. On a call after the discounted posted Pfizer's second quarter earnings, he said Walmart has pressured suppliers that stock its shelves to cut prices, but he called on those companies to do more. We have less upward pressure, but there are some that are still talking about cost increases, and we're fighting back on that aggressively because we think prices need to come down, Mr. McMillan said. Walmart's overall inflation was flat for the quarter, and revenue growth came from selling more units, not charging higher prices, Chief Financial Officer John David Rainey told CNBC. But price dynamics weren't consistent across products. So prices continue to go up. Pay attention, guys, for dairy, eggs, sugar, and meat. So we notice when we walk into Walmart, and I'm telling you guys, like, yo, the price of this meat, something ain't right, because it keeps jumping. Eggs are up and down, up and down. Dairy is either very short in supply or costs too darn much. Sugar have stayed at a steady price for about a good 6 months now. Not touching $4 yet for that 4-pound bag of great value sugar. And then the prices leveled off or dropped for items including pet food, apples, potatoes, strawberries, sporting goods, lawn and garden items. So apples, we did see the price come down just a little bit. Potatoes are not that whole $12 a bag anymore. Strawberries, berries in general, been on rollback month after month after month at Walmart. So Walmart quarterly results sparked a rally in other retail stocks, including Target, Best Buy, and Macy's on Thursday. Both the big box discounters resulted in better than expected retail numbers. That's what they're saying. So Walmart beat on the top and bottom line and raised its forecast to reflect a stronger first half of the year. So in the past year, Tyson, so we're going to discuss Tyson. Something's going on with them again. And I believe that they have a class action suit filed against them. So in the past year, at least for 2023, they closed about 9 plants, if I'm not mistaken. And they also let go of a lot of the American workers and hired immigrants to pay less. So a lot going on with Tyson. Let's go ahead and see what's happening with them next. So here's exactly what's happening. So Tyson Foods is actually being investigated by the USDA. So the investigation do follow Tyson Foods' recent closure of 9 meat packing plants across the country. Tyson, what y'all been doing? As y'all know, we've been letting go of Tyson since before they start, merging with Protix, I think it is. It's been so long since I spoke of Tyson. Wow. Which is a bug making company, something like that. Yeah. So since they merged with Protix, let me see if I got the right name. Yeah, we ain't been messing with no Tyson. Let's just say that. For those of you who do not know, Protix is actually one of the largest insect ingredient companies. So they use insects in their ingredients. They're saying it is more so for pet food versus food that humans consume. But back into this, the Packers and Stockyard Division is actively investigating Tyson Foods, one of the largest, you hear this, meat companies in the nation, according to interviews with contract growers and a USDA employee, which they did not release the name of that employee. So the PSD, an arm of the U.S. Department of Agriculture, is tasked with investigating violations of the Packers and Stockyard Act and handing out enforcement actions. The act was created in 1921 to protect livestock and poultry producers from unfair, unjustly discriminatory, or deceptive practices, y'all. So, they say the PSD does not comment on any investigative activity or the absence thereof. So the agency said in a statement provided to investigate Midwest, as a regulatory agency, PSD closely monitors all industry participants, including meat packers and poultry companies, for compliance with the Packers in Stockyards Act. So the USDA employee confirmed that an investigation is ongoing as of early August. Investigate Midwest is not naming an employee due to concerns about employee or employer retaliation. So they're not saying exactly what's being investigated, but they're saying that Tyson Foods, Cal-Maine Foods, is sued for alleged antitrust action. So there's definitely some stuff going on behind closed doors. And like they said, they are not mentioning names because the person could get fired regardless, basically, to, bring it down. Yeah, so some sneaky stuff is going on. We know that some of the stuff that's going on is, of course, is them hiring immigrants, to kind of pay them less. That's pretty much it. So investigate. Midwest filed a Freedom of Information Act with the USDA seeking records in May related to potential PSD actions against Tyson Foods after two former contract growers told a reporter they had been contacted by the agency. Contract growers said they were asked questions about the debt they took out to work with the company in their operations. So the Packers and Stockyards Act has seen major updates in recent years, and the USDA is still developing a proposed rule to address problematic practices of contract. That's what they're saying. They have all the case information here and everything that needs to be seen if you're really interested in seeing what's going on with Tyson. And the last investigation was June 17th. 2024. That's their rule proposal. Then they have another thing of August 15th, which was an interview actually of 2024. So the USDA Packers and Stockyards Division statement would be there as well. But yeah, Tyson. What are y'all up to? So if you do live in New Jersey and you relied on this bus line, especially if you live in Essex County, and you notice that you're not seeing coach buses anymore because recently New Jersey Transit took over coach bus line. But here's why. They actually went bankrupt. Yes, so more companies are going bankrupt. This is a huge problem because if you ever traveled a bus line, if you ever travel by bus, and especially if you live in a city. So during them school hours, during them after work hours, after school hours, y'all know how packed it can get. Y'all know how crazy it can get depending on where you live in. It can be a horrible experience. They also just hiked up fares for New Jersey Transit recently as well. So yes, coach bus lines is now, I think they filed for bankruptcy. So another company almost at a loss. And when I say almost, it's because I believe, are we still seeing coach? I don't ride bus anymore. But when I did, I used to ride coach as well. So bankrupt Coach USA actually sold off their bus lines and terminals. So an affiliate of the Renko Group, Busco Holdings US LLC, will acquire Dillon's Elko Megabus Retail, Montreal. Okay, all of this stuff here. Basically, an affiliate of Win Transportation will acquire Coach USA Powder River operation and the Butler Motor Transit Body Shop operation in Butler, PA. So, Coach, if you ride a coach, yeah, they have entered part of their Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Wow. So in July, the company said service would continue as normal, but also notified New Jersey Transit it would cancel its contract with the agency by August 16th, which has passed. So that should have canceled. So that means more of the New Jersey Transit bus stops, bus lines would be overcrowded. So prepare for that. And while we're here, did y'all know that it was something going around where T-Mobile, so if you have T-Mobile, like me, T-Mobile actually recording conversations, though we know this happens a lot, right? But it was leaked that T-Mobile actually recording conversations. They're recording and they're looking for if you're using foul language or anything that can be used against you, just in case something happens. So one day, me and my mama was talking on FaceTime, right? And she said something, and it had, she was cursing and stuff like that. Next thing you know, across the screen, it was a bunch of thumbs down. She like, what you press that for? And I'm like, my phone is just in place. I didn't press nothing. What the heck? So if you guys experience this, because I'm like, hold up. I recently heard about T-Mobile actually, recording conversations and listening in. But I never experienced what I did experience. We really talking, and across the screen is a bunch of thumbs down. Basically telling her to watch her mouth. Let me know if y'all experience something like that as well. All right, family. So that is the end of today's video and today's reporting. Hopefully, you all enjoyed. If you found some information useful today and you are new, go ahead and subscribe. And if you've been here before, I truly thank you for returning. So we're going to leave this right here where it is at. This is Shauna, and I'm officially checking out from Moments with Us. Make sure you all stay prepped, stay blessed, stay safe, and most of all, remain beautiful queens and kings. Have an amazing rest of your weekend. Peace.